Morning, my name is Janet. Welcome to this channel. Today we are going to read Esther chapter 4, and I want you to subscribe if you haven't. Not that I want you to subscribe, I'm requesting that you subscribe. Give the video a like if you like it, and we will discuss this later. Let it reach many people. So Esther agrees to help the Jews in Esther chapter 4. So can we read together? When Mordecai learned all that had happened, he tore his clothes and put on sackcloth and ashes, and went out into the midst of the city. He cried out with a loud and bitter voice. He went as far as the front of the king's gate, for no one might enter the king's gate clothed with sackcloth. Yes, so, and in every province where the king's command and decree arrived, you remember the king sent the decree in every province, there was great mourning among the Jews, with fasting, weeping, and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes. So what decree are we talking about here? The king had secretaries who put into writing the official documents. You remember that he gave out a decree, and it was sent to every province that all the Jews will be killed. And that was Haman who did that. So that is why people are weeping and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes. The Jews who are throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, the people of Mordecai, they all cried when they heard what Haman sought to do, to destroy all of the Jews who are throughout the kingdom of Ahasuerus. So that's why they were crying and wailing and fasting. So Esther's maids and eunuchs came and told her, and the queen was deeply distressed. So Esther's maids and eunuchs came and told her, they told Esther, and the queen was deeply depressed. That was Esther. She was deeply depressed. You know, she was made the queen after at Mordecai's, after the past, the king's wife, Ashaphat, Vashti. After Vashti refused an invitation by the husband to attend the feast, Esther is the one that was made the king. So Esther's maids now come and tell Esther what is happening out there. And Esther was so depressed and distressed. Then she sent garments to clothe Mordecai and take his sackcloth away from him. But he would not accept them. Hey, Mordecai. You remember Esther was brought up by Mordecai. Esther had no parents, but Mordecai moved with Esther to the king's palace, to the king's gates. So he would not accept them. Then Esther called Hathach, one of the king's eunuchs, whom he had appointed to attend to her. And she gave him a command concerning Mordecai to learn what and why this was. Because Esther, when in the palace, could just hear Mordecai wailing and crying, tearing his clothes, wearing sackcloths. And so she had to find out what it was. So Hathach went out to Mordecai in the city square that was in front of the king's gate. And Mordecai told him all that had happened to him, and the sum of money that Haman had promised to pay into the king's treasuries to destroy the Jews. Do you remember people that Haman had promised to pay into the treasuries of the government of that day, or the treasuries, a lot of money after destroying the Jews? He also gave him a copy of the written decree to their destruction, which was given at Shushan, that he might show it to Esther and explain it to her, and that he might command her to go into the king to make supplications to him and plead before him for her people. So Hathach returned and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Hey, God works in miraculous ways. You cannot imagine what an impact this will make now. This may make a big impact. Let us listen in. Then Esther spoke to Hathach and gave him a command for Mordecai. All the king's servants and the people of the king's province know that any man or woman who goes into the inner court to the king who has not been called, he has but one law, put all to death except the one to whom the king holds out the golden scepter, that he may live. Yet I myself have not been called to go into the king these 30 days. So they told Mordecai Esther's words. Did you hear those words from Esther? Did you hear them? Did you hear that? So, and Mordecai told them to Esther, and Mordecai told them to answer Esther, do not think in your heart that you'll escape in the king's palace any more than all the other Jews. You will not escape because you are in the king's palace. You are Jew just like the others. For if you remain completely silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from another place. It will arise from another place. But you and your father's house will perish. Yet, who knows whether you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this? You never know God's plan. God can take you to some place or send you to some place for a reason, for a particular time. And who knows? God sometimes send you to a particular place at a particular time for a reason. So, then Esther told them to reply to Mordecai, go, gather all the Jews who are present in Shushan and fast for me. This is very wise. You can set people to pray for you. You can also set people to fast for you. Actually, when it comes to fasting, it has to come from somebody's heart. Because you cannot set people and tell them, please go and fast for me. It has to come from within because food is very tempting. And when you are fasting, you decide not to eat for a reason. So it comes from within you. But you can set people for prayer. You can tell people, please pray for me. I'm going through this and that. So Esther told them to reply to Mordecai, go gather all the Jews who are present in Shushan and fast for me. Neither eat nor drink for 3 days, night or day. 3 days, night or day. All the Jews. Okay. My maids and I will fast likewise. She did not say that I will not fast because I'm the queen. She also decided to go and fast and pray. And if I perish, I perish. That is Esther saying that. And so I will go to the king, which is against the law, and if I perish, I perish. After fasting for 3 days and 3 nights, Esther was to approach the king on behalf of her people. And, because it is against the law to go before the king, not to go before the king, before the expiry of the time limit that was given. So she says, I will go after the prayers. Support me with prayers. And I also pray and fast with you. And so I'll go to the king, which is against the law. And if I perish, I perish. It's okay. It's better to try than not to try. Things can come and you say, oh, I'm not graduated for this application for this job. I don't want to even try because, it's obvious. No. Go. If you fail, you fail. But if you succeed, who knows? So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther commanded him. The uncle listened and obeyed. So these people are now going on a fast. So is Esther going to approach the king? We'll read that in the next chapter, which is Esther chapter 5. We'll read and see. But what do we learn out of this one, where you take risks for your people? Let us see something. Mordecai, Esther agreed to intervene with the king on behalf of her people. The fasting for 3 days implies a period of earnestly seeking God in prayer at this critical juncture. Seeking God. Do we seek God or do we just give up even before trying? Can we stand in the gap for our people, for our community, for our workmates, for our children? Can we stand in the gap? But even at this point, the narrator did not use the name of God. So, something that is most remarkable. Esther was also looking for the support of the Jewish community by asking them to join in this fast. Esther understood fully that she was breaking the law of the land and that she might have to suffer the ultimate consequences. She might even perish. But she said, if I perish, I perish. Do we sometimes reach that point when we say, if anything goes wrong, let it go wrong, but I'm trying anyway? So we'll continue reading this Bible book of Esther, and we'll go to chapter number 5 to see what happens after Esther approached the king on this key matter of the Jews. So please subscribe to the channel, share if you can, and make a sweet comment, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.